Have you ever seen the film Rocky? In the film, Apollo Creed, the heavyweight boxing champion of the world, gives a small-time club boxer, Rocky Balboa, an extremely rare, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to fight for the world championship title. And make no mistake, Rocky being the underdog is an understatement. Rocky was considered as having almost a zero chance of winning. Although a sports drama film, it's not just about boxing. It's a character-driven story that explores the themes of passion, determination, resilience, and human spirit. And this is one of the reasons why it has been so popular. There's something very special when you see someone struggle with various hardships, and, against all odds, they make it in life and surpass those invisible but very real barriers that many are born into. Rocky grew up without many opportunities in life, and now that he has this chance of a lifetime, he wants to do all he can, even though he knows deep down that he can't win. The realization hits him this is all just a show and that no one expects him to have any chance of winning, that he's going to be made out as a laughingstock, just another journeyman there to simply lose against the special champion. Rocky trains rigorously for the big fight, hoping to prove something to himself, that he isn't just another worthless loser. The film shows how Rocky, even with his limited experience and underdeveloped skill set, was able to knock down the champion in the first round. This builds his confidence as he goes toe-to-toe against the champion. Without the comparative talents, the fight he brings is based on sheer heart and determination. Regardless of being punched like a punching bag, he never stops coming forward and never gives up. Clearly lacking in abilities, nonetheless, his drive to prove something to himself keeps him going and gets him the respect from the champion, who soon realizes that he has a fight on his hands. The film ends with Rocky losing by a split decision, but that didn't matter. He starts to cry knowing he's won a personal victory by going the distance, making it through the entire fight, something that no fighter had achieved previously. He proved to himself that he wasn't just another loser, that he had the heart as well as the will to survive and push forward. He proved that he was able to stand and compete with the best. He had gained the most important respect of all: self-respect. The story of Rocky resonated recently as Francis Ngannou got the chance to fight boxing world champion Tyson Fury. And it's uncanny how similar the Rocky story is to this real-world fight between Francis and Tyson. Francis, an MMA champion, was essentially a person who lived in poverty and with little education growing up, at one point even homeless. Although he was indeed a fighter in the MMA world, he had never had a competitive boxing fight in his life. Similar to Rocky, Francis was considered to have close to zero chance of winning since this was his first ever boxing fight. And let's not forget, Tyson Fury is considered to be one of the best boxers of all time and one of the best of this era. Fast forward to the fight, and within the first round, it dawns on the world that this underdog has a little more to him than we all initially thought. He was stronger, more confident, and composed than anyone had ever imagined, including the boxing experts. Then, in round 3, he drops Fury, and at that point, there was a realization that this guy who came from nothing, who had no real background, experience, or skills in boxing, has more than a zero chance. As the fight progresses, you realize that Francis is, in many respects, the more dominant fighter in the ring, and you can't quite believe that the champion has now become much more hesitant against the novice. When the final bell rings, it's clear that the person who had zero chance may have actually won the fight, and in that moment, he had changed his life and his reputation forever. Even though the judges gave the controversial split decision win to Fury, the boxing crowd were with Francis, and so were the many fans all over the world that watched the fight on TV. He became the world's true, real-life Rocky. A true underdog who started fighting at an older age of 22 and had his first boxing fight at 37 years old has, in many people's eyes, just beat the boxing champion of the world. And let's not forget, this champion Tyson Fury has been boxing for much of his life and who had all the relevant training and experience gained over the last 30 years. So, what can we all learn from this? Why is the film Rocky and Francis's story so impactful and inspiring? Why has it touched and motivated so many? And why are people getting behind such a person? Both stories just go to show that even if the odds are stacked against you, the outcome doesn't always have to be what others predict of you. Even if no one believes in you, you must persevere and fight for your place in life. 4 main points that make the two stories inspiring. Number 1. An underdog story and reaching your potential. The classic underdog story of a struggling, working-class person being given a chance. Many can relate to the idea of overcoming obstacles and achieving their dream against all odds. Number 2. Resilience and determination. Unwavering determination and relentless work ethic in the face of adversity. Both Rocky and Francis did not give up, regardless of the challenges they had encountered. Number 3. Belief in self and triumph over obstacles. Their self-belief that they can do better than they are currently, as well as the visions that with hard work, dedication, and the right mindset, individuals can overcome life's challenges and achieve greatness. Number 4. Grabbing an opportunity with both hands. Sometimes moments occur that can change your life forever. You have to grab them with both hands and apply yourself as best as you can. Take the advice from the best people you have access to. Work the hardest you possibly can to do the best that you can. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the underdog that everyone talks about, the one that made it. Before we end this video, we wanted to conclude with the following. We never really know where life will take us. No one knows our true fate. One thing can lead to another, and before you know it, you can literally transform to a newer, more capable version of yourself with new opportunities that you could not have envisaged before. We can only apply ourselves as best as we can, then observe the outcome and revise from there. It's the minutes of hard work, the hours that we put in, the days that build up over the years. With the benefit of compounding on previous successes, that one day may just make all the difference to elevate you to your true potential. Francis came from Cameroon and traveled to France. He went through hell with no real chance in life and no promises of success. Against all likely outcomes, this person has paved a life and a story worth writing about. Maybe we all have these traits in each of us, if only we try to bring this out and seek to explore our true potential. As always, we would love to hear your views, so please give us your thoughts in the comments.